Wolverine 59 of Gamers X here. I'm with the Mack of the GamerRealm.
How
Uh,
you doing, everybody?
it's been okay. We've been trying to get together and talk about this. Um, Basically, it's been like a year and a half since Arrow ended season 8. There might have been talks of season 9. I'm not sure. Um, I still remember 2012 came out same round. I remember watching it. Um, Main event was happening, WWE main event at the same time, and I was going like back and forth, and I instantly loved the show. I loved what we had with it. It's been like almost about 10 years since season 1 actually happened, and we end up with the Flash coming in after season 2 of Arrow. Then we got Legends of Tomorrow, which, if you've seen my videos, I talked about Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow ending. Then, then we had Supergirl on CBS. Then later on CW, which I'm glad they did that. I'm glad, or else we would have had a huge cliffhanger on season 1. Then, you know what? Let's talk about the elephant in the room, season 4, and what they did that almost made us stop watching.
Okay, season 4 of which one exactly? Of which show?
Okay, first it opens up. We see a gravestone, and Oliver is peering at it, and he's distraught. We see Barry coming in, giving his respects. We don't know who it is, and I remember um it was supposed to be um a death that we didn't know about.
Right.
Is it gonna be Diggle? Is it gonna be um Quentin Lance? Which I kept saying over and over. I will keep saying till I'm sick and tired of it. It should have been at least Quentin Lance, given the arc that we got.
Exactly. We didn't know. We had no idea of knowing. Oh my God, you disappeared.
Yeah, and okay, then 11:59 that episode airs, but I was not knowing what was gonna happen. I'm like, okay, what is this gonna be? I had on my DVR. I watched it. It was Laurel Lance that died.
Yep.
Like, okay, I liked Felicity in the 2 seasons we had her. In the 2 seasons we had her, she was like the basic um tech that Oliver needed. Then they okay, I was okay with the relationship if it was gonna be a temporary. Like the whole Smallville thing with Clark and Lana. Then we graduate into Lois. That's
Exactly.
what I thought.
That's what I thought too. Nope.
Then we didn't get that. We didn't get that. We got Laurel, and we got Laurel having her end. And I'm gonna say this. I was at the post office 2 years ago. I was reading Oracle. Turns out they had no real plan for Laurel's. They had no plan when they suggested that there's gonna be a death in season 4. And seriously, Mark Guggenheim, if you're listening, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Um. Also, I know Mack's gonna talk about his opinions as well, but thing
Yeah.
is, Laurel had an arc, a much better arc than Felicity, because I know there's gonna be fans that are gonna be pissed off at me, but fine.
No, it's okay. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion about everything. So, to be perfectly honest, I mean, whatever you base your thing on is what you base your thing on. People agree with that. That's great. They don't. Oh well, too bad.
Yeah, but I always felt that Felicity was written a little too perfect. Like, oh, I know how to hack this. I know how to hack that. She never was given a full arc to make us go, okay, I can see that. If everybody knows what I'm talking about, Laurel's alcoholism arc. Well, wait, your mic got cut out.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Hold on one second. I got
Oh,
some.
yeah,
You're good. Go ahead.
okay. So while he's going on, Laurel had this arc where she lost Tommy and she wasn't having things going off her law firm. Brother Blood comes in. She finds out who it is, but nobody believes her. And because of that, her alcoholism succumbs to her. Even to a point where Oliver says, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this. You, I'm sick and tired of this. Fine, be mad at me that um, I'm dating your sister. Be mad that your parents are no longer gonna be together, but you never asked what's going on with me. You never asked me. Well, actually, you're the more Stephen Mel look like. Go ahead, try and reenact it.
Oh my
If you
god, if I
remember,
can
if you
remember.
remember the quotes, unless I can keep on because remember most of it.
If you can remember, it's been a. I'm telling you right now, it has been years since I have watched Arrow, and I really
Okay, okay,
need to watch
I'll
it
keep going.
again.
Like basically, like you didn't ask about how I'm doing, how my family's doing, but fine, go to the bar. I'll pay for your drinks, and that's what got her wake up call. Okay, I'll go to AA. I'll go AA with my dad because Quentin had that, which he was my most favorite outfit.
Yeah, he was actually, and for him to make his return, I just wanted to go into that really quick. I kind of like the idea when Quentin went out for a spin and everybody was gone. He was gone for a while until he made his return with the shaved head, which was a good
Well,
look for him actually compared to
yeah,
what the hair
it
was.
was it's towards his cancer arc, which knowing me with some personal people in my life who had cancer, that
Mhm.
was the best thing I saw.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like it though. It was a good look for him, a lot better than what the hair was. I can't really justify it because people are
Yeah,
kidding,
and
but
he this one miss I although I love Hills right now, Stephen Mel's wrestling show, he does amazing.
he does.
Stephen Mel hired me for season 2 as a writer. Brother, come on.
Yeah,
I'm I want if I have to be I think it's in Atlanta. If I have to be there for a week, sign me up. I'm I want to see beyond where I'm at. I want to see other places and Stephen Mel, you're an awesome guy. I'm just gonna say that. But I still remember when he would do Facebook Lives, and there would be like 3 episodes where Paul Blackthorne would come in, which they never say whether or not that his voice was from another actor, or he had to practice that. If I think it was like New York or Brooklyn,
Oh, accent. Yeah.
something like towards that. But um, okay. So anyway, one of my most favorite parts of the episode that I'm talking about with Laurel's arc was when she makes up with Sarah. I had to think about it, and right as that happens, you see Oliver Queen totally pissed,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything. Then, but it was such a good moment because that's the thing about, again, Laurel. She, unlike Felicity, she had full-fledged art that made us love her,
True.
and we're Green Arrow fans. I bring this guy Green Arrow comics every day on his birthday, like every year,
Yeah.
like the Kevin Smith run, which I just gotta get myself a trade paperback of it.
Yeah.
But let's see. But the thing is, what we want was that Oliver Laurel wedding, that whole thing.
To come
Even if
together.
that meant Felicity dying, or at least have her be with Firestorm's dad, which that was supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen. But can I add on to that?
No.
To that?
Oh, even season 3, let's not forget the whole Break Volver and going, is your superhero lifestyle like Kevin? You've been on the team for 3 years and you've had your breaking point there.
I like the idea. It really made me cringe about it. Was when it was during the birthday party, I believe it was, or the celebration. It was some kind of celebration.
The Barry and Iris wedding, Crisis on Earth X.
Yes. And right when that had happened, lo and behold, here comes Oliver. I don't blame the guy, whatever. Him and Felicity had not really talked about getting married so much. Yeah. He literally just goes ahead and they want to talk about it, like pop the question and all of that with her. And then we get the cringe.
Oh, yes.
Major cringe of the entire episode.
I don't want to marry you. I don't want to marry you. Everybody's looking at.
You know, right? Like, I'm not going to marry you. And it's like, everybody just shut up. And they looked at them. And Oliver's like, okay. And then he walks off. And then Felicity's like, did I just do that? It's like, yeah, you did. What the hell?
I know. And to make matters worse, at the end of the crossover, we see that she changes her mind as Diggle's supposed to marry Barry and Iris. Like, you're at your best friend's wedding, and you're like, yeah, let's do a double marriage. And Iris next episode was giving her business about it.
You know why they're doing that? So then that way it's a cost-efficient wedding. She probably doesn't want to spend a lot, even though Oliver has millions of dollars.
Well, remember in the end of season 2, they were almost destitute because Ravager was gonna buy out everything the Sorg was.
Oh, that's right.
Then, which that's the thing. As much as I like season 3 because I'm a Ra's al Ghul fan, hey,
Exactly.
I like Matt Nable. I like Matt Nable. He was on Doom. Come on, he was on one of the Doom movies. I think with Coral Urban.
Hmm.
I think it was, aka Billy Butcher from The Boys. So anywho, what I thought should have been the fight for the company, Queen Industries and Palmer Tech. There should be a whole season long fight for the company because the whole thing of over going, yeah, yeah, it's not me. I'm not a rich, uh, millionaire playboy. You kind of are. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
I mean, season 4 with the mirror arc, he could basically pay the whole thing himself, right there. But
Yeah.
it should have been
Background noise out there. Sorry about that. But
it
you're
should have
good. Go
been
ahead.
the, it should have been the battle for the companies. Ra's al Ghul steps in and goes to Quentin Lance over Queen's the arrow. He's the guy you've been hunting. Then we,
That was the biggest jerk off mode ever. The
I know,
biggest dick move on the planet. And I'll tell you the reason why.
I know.
Because he knows his secret and he's doing this to get Oliver onto his side. It's already too late because Quentin already suspects Oliver of
Well,
being Green Arrow.
well, first he's suspected in season 1. Then it becomes that he didn't care who it was. He just worked with him like Commissioner Gordon does with Batman.
Exactly.
Then SP, the police department, they're like, yeah, we heard you've been working for the Green Arrow. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, is there you stop this or you're fired? And
Exactly.
he willingly got fired and went to jail.
Was it the wait? Who had replaced him? Was that the commissioner of the police?
He was captain, but he wasn't captain yet because I think it was best buddy, um, his best buddy. I forget his name, but he was the captain for a little bit. Then I think, I think Lance was lieutenant, and
Yeah,
then he busted down to sergeant because of
I
working
remember that.
with the Green Arrow.
And then and he put on the uniform. I'm like, it still looks good.
Then he becomes commissioner
Yep,
after that best finale ever. Team Arrow with Roy and Sarah at their call. I think it was the police department going down and beating Deathstroke's army.
that was awesome.
Seriously, they had the best part, and he gets uh promoted to captain. Then Ra's al Ghul, middle season 3, says, "Over Queen's the hero." Then that's when he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna find." And which his buddy was still around. He even said some, are you sure you want to do this? You're kind of having a Captain Ahab moment.
Yep, I remember that.
Then, then it goes overall towards him somewhat trusting Oliver, which again, as much as I would hate it, kind of a little bit hated that they kill off Quentin there. At least I understood it because he was trying to protect Laurel and Sarah because Damien Dark did say, you better do what I say or
That death, that death of Quentin was so bad when I watched that.
yeah.
It
I
was
have to
really bad.
I
And
have
then
to
both Sarah and Laurel started crying, and then Oliver's like, "Shoot,
I know, I know. Oh,
oh my
I know.
god!" Like
And,
it's
and,
literally
and
like, "Why did you do that?" And it's like literally like, and then Quentin, at that moment there, Quentin was basically saying, I don't know what he said offhand, but basically he said that, you know, my time's already up,
yeah.
basically, and that, you know, the city already has a hero, basically.
Oh, the best part of that scene you're talking about was when he's with Oliver, and Oliver basically says, you've always been like some far figure to me," and
Exactly. Yeah.
he says, "Well, you've always been my son." I'm like,
No.
oh,
I need to rewatch it now. I'm gonna rewatch Arrow, I
yeah,
swear.
like ah, like yeah, because I mean Robert Queen, everybody loves to give him all the all the crap, but he was somewhat of a good father. Even though
Right.
he cheated on Moira with Ravager.
Yeah. But I
But
mean, what you know,
Moira's no, she was sleeping around with Malcolm Merlin, which ended up,
cringe.
yeah. Oh, but uh, John, was it John Berman? I loved his scene in the finale with Tommy when they're when he explains to him that he's the Dark Archer,
That was cool.
and you hear Rebecca in the voicemail begging for life. And even when you look at Tommy, Tommy's like, "That don't want to hear this," and then he's like, "Dad, why are you doing this?" Basically saying they don't have to pay the way she paid. He yells that with such emotion. Like, I get it. I hate what you're doing, but I get it.
Yeah.
And John Diggle, my favorite. I thought he was gonna die because they set up that story too.
That's what they were hinting it out to be, that he was gonna end up actually dying. And then other just a whole mess just took the heat. I'm like, and then even Quentin took the heat. I'm like, no.
I know, I know, I know. I, I mean, seriously. And here's what I hate about season 4 going forward is that they put new writers, but the new writers don't care what the old writers do. That's what I hate.
Exactly. Like how when Arrow, when it first started out, used to be pretty good, and then it got really cheesy, especially when it went on towards the later seasons. Once Felicity got involved, then they killed off Laurel and all this other stuff, and they try to make my favorite part. I'm sorry to chop on Felicity, but I really do not care. In the beginning, she was kind of cute. She was.
Yeah,
In the ending, she was annoying.
she she was the worst person of a girlfriend. I'm just
Here's the funny part about it is the fact that how she was trying to impress Oliver, when John Diggle and Sarah Lance were working out with all of them,
yes.
and they're sparring. Okay, they're sparring, and you know what Felicity
They're
said?
they're they're telling each other about the scars that they got, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got this scar on my above my tooth." I'm like, "What? Who
And it's
cares?"
bad because of the fact that she's actually trying to train to impress Oliver. And to that point there, I'm just like,
I know. And Sarah's like, oh, that's so cute. I'm like, no, that's cringe. I I
it's
hate this
cringe.
about
It
most
is
people
major.
like
It
that.
is major. It is so cringe to the point where you just are like, okay, I know what you're trying to do. I get it. It's kind of romantic, but not right now.
I know,
Just not
I
right
know,
now.
I know. It's like I hate people like that though. It's like when I think we've had some people in our group that always tried to impress. There had to have been somebody that tried to impress us by saying, "Oh, I done this," and we look at each other like,
Okay.
"What?"
Like, all right, sure.
Probably.
And then what else
You're
do
not.
you
Wait,
want?
no. Actually, there was one guy. I. Oh yeah. I'm. Whatever. He's not gonna watch this anyway.
You don't even
I'm
care.
gonna.
And if
I'm gonna.
he does, hey, hi, what's up?
I'm gonna call him out.
Go ahead and call him out. Just say
Okay.
first.
I'm not gonna say his name, but
Just say the first
I'm
name and
gonna
leave.
say this. Seventh grade. He had a crush on this eighth grader, and and.
You got
And
9 minutes remaining. It's all right. We're good.
yeah. So, anywho, he just goes and says that, I was with her in the back seat, and da da da. I'm like, I look
Who
at him,
cares?
and I'm like, yeah, right.
You said, yeah, right. Wait, was I there for that?
And, um,
I
I'm
don't think I
like,
was there.
I'm like, no, just I look at him, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, pal, whatever. If you want to believe that. So, but yeah, the thing was with Felicity, she, she became the worst parts of a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Then, but the thing is, Katie really did want to come back. She
Mm-hmm.
did. And the fact that Mark Guggenheim did this to her, I mean, okay, I like Black Siren a bit, but they
I
could
do
have
like it, but yeah.
they could give us that moment, but yeah, but the worst part, the ending of the finale, Oliver's with Felicity forever. And I'm just gonna say this: it should have been that she's Black Siren Star because she had more of her personality than
I would have been okay with that. Like everybody else had also said too, with Felicity getting written off.
I know, I know.
I
So
don't blame the actor. I blame the writers
yes,
who ended up saying that, oh, well, Felicity should be with Oliver. Why? Because it makes sense. How does it make sense?
they were
I
doing
get
this.
it if
They
they're
were doing
trying to
that
kind
for the shipper crowd.
of the what?
The shipper crowd, people who write blogs about who they want to be together. It sounds like something out of like a romantic $10 novels they sell at the nearest Albertsons.
The thing
But
is that with Felicity, there's no real connection although I feel like they're kind of trying to go with what had happened with Watchtower
Yeah.
and Green Arrow on Smallville, which, by the way, I found out that that is on Hulu.
Let's not also forget they built the whole thing of Laurel being the romantic lead from season 1 of the photo, and
Yes,
we didn't get that. That's a huge middle finger. That was a huge middle finger. So I don't know if I talked about this on my channel or anything, but there's been times that Steve Amell has been asked to come back,
mm-hmm.
and he says, "I wouldn't mind coming back if it's like a Netflix run,
Yeah,
because the 20 episode arc it kind of drained him a bit."
that, and also if he's doing it for the right reasons too,
Yeah,
because
and
sometimes the writers would screw him over a bit. He didn't like that at all.
and so he's been asked. The only way he'll come back is if it's a Netflix run. Well, it's gonna be HBO Max because they're gonna put all the DC stuff there.
Yeah, or Hulu, or Hulu.
So then, what he also said, the only way also I'll come back is if DC gets bloodier and more graphic.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, for Arrow, I can see that. I I don't. I'm good. I have the Snyder Cut Blu-ray. I gotta find time to watch it. I saw the scenes online. I was worried that they were gonna go along the lines of way too graphic with Aquaman's death. Luckily, they didn't.
that's
I'm like,
good.
that's why I watched Mortal Kombat. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be graphic as hell. But I mean, it was kind of graphic, but not so much. I'm like,
Oh, the newest one?
yeah,
I
I
didn't
have the
watch that yet.
I
I
have the
didn't watch that
Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray. I'm like, okay, it's rated R, which means they're like they're got blood guts. I'm like, oh, because I forget who somebody gets like real cut up. But I'm like, wait, where's the blood?
yet. It's PG. They don't believe in
Oh,
that.
it's rated R. It's rated R, but they didn't.
Wow. Maybe somebody made a technical error on the CGI. I would have been fine with CGI blood, but if you want to go real graphic blood, then go ahead. But I mean, if there was no blood, as you say, that's pretty bad.
But yeah, so we and that's the plus Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, my favorite podcast ever. Stephen Amell made 3 appearances, which one of them he had panic attack,
Oh wow.
which scared me. But I'm glad he's okay. But um, he's he said during the whole pandemic when we weren't getting any new Flash or Supergirl or anything, he called Greg Berlanti and said, "Hey, if I'm not doing anything, how about if we get Oliver Queen back from the dead?" Greg is like, "You're serious?" "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll fly to Vancouver. I'll fly back. Oh, I'm not doing anything." This was when Hills was not yet confirmed.
All right,
So
we're running low on time here. 2 minutes.
yeah, but we're gonna get a John Diggle spinoff soon because he's the Happy Hogan of the Arrowverse. So and we have Superman Lois season 3. Love that show. We had to say goodbye to Supergirl. And
Yeah.
if you had seen my last video, Okay, I'm glad that they didn't go with season 7. Because if you're not gonna have Cora, who's gonna watch?
Exactly.
Legends sadly got canceled with a cliffhanger. That
Yeah, unless somebody reprises it.
um so, but here's the thing: make a Justice League show with what we got in Crisis. Bring them together. Come on. I don't know how long Grant has till he says he's done.
Probably the next few years. Who knows?
So let's see. What else can we add on to here?
Well, we're down to 1 minute.
Yeah. So other than all I can say is I wish this show got season 9, season 10, but I'm happy with what we got.
Exactly.
Well, except for the Oliver Fuzzy.
I'm gonna try
But
that part, but I know it goes along with it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and watch Arrow right now.
but if a Roy Harper Diaz spinoff, if they can make it work,
That
I'll
will
be
be.
I'll be okay. I'll be
Well,
okay. But other than that, I wish we had question thread. I was gonna put a question thread, but
that
I
would be
forgot.
cool.
But next time if we do this, I'll put up a question thread, see what
Yeah.
everybody wants to see. Go ahead, plug in your channels.
Yeah.
Go,
So if you guys want to see other content and other podcasts and stuff like that, check out GamerRealm. Don't forget to like and subscribe for this channel as well as to Gamers X, and we're out.